Hey everyone, welcome to Drive-By Reviews, where today I'm having a battle royale between two different autofocusing systems. I'm gonna take the Canon 80D against the Sony a6000 and see which one performs best in real world situations that I intend to use these cameras for. Now of course the 80D is a newer camera model, but with its dual pixel 45 autofocus points compared to the 179 hybrid autofocus points on the Sony a6000, the question still remains which one actually performs better in real use, despite all the specs. Well, here we go. Let's start off with a test outside to see how it performs with a good amount of sunlight. Whew. Here we are. We got the Canon 80D set up with continuous autofocus on multi-point, and we have the a6000 on continuous autofocus with a wide capture, which is about the same setting for each camera. I'm gonna start right there and move forward, get a little closer, see how fast it takes each camera to catch up, and then we're gonna move our way backwards. Now, of course, here we have quite harsh lighting, so there's a lot for the contrast to capture. So it really does assist, and of course, when you have a good amount of lighting, any autofocus system should really perform at its best, regardless of what's in front of it. And of course, I've got different colors on compared to the background. All right, let's move forward, and I'm gonna go straight to, boom, right in front of the camera. This is about the same length away from my hand. Pretty close to its minimum focus range there, about half a foot. Boom, back to my face. Boom, back to my hand. Okay. And we're gonna go over here, straight to me backing away, see if it can keep up. Huh? Out of the frame. Ready for this? Into the frame. Out of the frame. And this is gonna go right to hands. Ready? Boom, into the frame. I'm trying to be even here with my hands as well as far as lighting is concerned. Got it tilted towards the sun. To see the difference there, I'm gonna see how well it does. See where we at. Pretty good. See how it does if I turn it into the dark side. The dark side. A little less light highlight going on. Okay. All right, let's take a look at what we captured and have some first thoughts. Okay, so as you can see, the a6000 was a lot snappier at finding focus, and they were both about the same when it came to accuracy of focus. However, you probably did notice the big difference with the minimum focus range when it came to the lenses, where the kit lens on the a6000 wasn't as good at dealing with the minimum focus range when I put my hand up next to the lens. You will see, however, as the a6000 focused kind of on the back finger, the finger farthest away from the lens, that's right where it probably would have been best at focusing, whereas the 80D's kit lens could focus on the whole hand easily. But that just had to do with the lenses, not so much the ability for the body to focus quickly on autofocus. Clearly the winner is the a6000 here outside, much faster in dealing with the shift from focusing up close to far away and then returning to up close again. All right, let's jump to the next indoor lighting test. Here we go. All right, now here's a huge way I tend to use these cameras with product reviews, having a table and having it take a look at the products as I move it towards and away from the camera. Now, before we even get started, having the aperture at 3.5 on both cameras with that shallower depth of field, I've already noticed a difference here. You got the a6000 keeping perfectly in focus on the table, and you got the Canon 80D actually fading in and out, as you can see there, trying to find the table. Now, if I give it something a little bit more contrasted, boom, there it is right there, right? But the a6000 doesn't really need that. Now granted, you can actually see it right there. See how it focuses so quickly on the difference between my hand reflecting light and the table, whereas the 80D is actually fading in and out of focus. So that already, with the newer technology in the 80D, that already surprises me that that's already lacking in comparison to a far older camera model like the a6000. Now here's what I would typically do. I would have my product in view. There's the 80D coming into focus on this deck of cards. And then you got the center focus on the a6000, much snappier there. And of course, boom, I'm gonna bring it up on the 80D. By the way, I forgot to mention, I switched to single point focus in the center. So this is both the 80D and the a6000 are center focused. So they're gonna focus on exactly what's in the center. And as you can see with that minimum range focus there, the a6000 is just really snappy, even if I go too far, right? Too far, come right back, boom, it's right there. Too far, all the way back, boom, it's right there. 80D, let's see if we can do the same thing. I'm gonna bring it up nice and close, it goes into focus, boom, take it too far, give it back into focus, nice. too close, and then boom, back into focus. Yeah, there it is. Let's try it again. Ready? Really close. Boom, back into focus. And this, by the way, I have a very good friend who's trying to convince me that I can't steer away from Sony, because I really like to pick up one of the higher end newer cameras. But Sony really tends to hold a lot of the throne when it comes to being the king of autofocusing, speed and accuracy. And you can just see this right here between the 80D and the a6000. Let's try something else, something a little less shiny, all right? So here we have our bear on the 80D, in focus, close, in focus, far away, in focus. All right, a6000, close, close. It's just so fast. And back. Pretty phenomenal. Let's take it for the watch. How about that? Let's go to 80D. It was fading in and out of focus again. Boom, nice and close. How close can you get? About there. And then boom, backwards. Boom, forwards. I'm gonna be gradual with this one. Ready? I come back. I lost focus there for a second. Bring it forwards. Bring it backwards. It's just not keeping the focus all the way through, is it? It can find it, it's just not keeping it. All right, let's see the a6000. Okay. Boom, let's go fast. Well, it's having a hard time with the reflectiveness of this, isn't it? Boom, backwards. Boom, forwards. Boom, backwards. Let's go slowly. It's kind of towards the limit of its focus range there. Backwards. Forwards. I think right about here is it. Yeah, that's the focus range. 0.28 meters. Backwards. Let's kind of back off here actually. Brought the a6000 up a little higher. Give it a little more room to run through. Let's see. So I'm going to bring it up closer, closer, closer. Now this is what I love about it. Look at that fade. As it keeps the watch in focus. And look how fast you can do it. There we go. Now I lost it right there. Just a little bit. Just for a teeny millisecond. Perfect for vlogging and reviews just because it gets you right into focus as quickly as possible. Just a little snappier. Even there with that reflection giving it a little hard time, it finds it right afterwards. 80D, it's also coming there pretty quickly. Just a little bit more sluggish, especially with that glare. Just a teeny bit more sluggish there. But of course, both completely usable for this, completely usable. But there you go, that's the second way in which I use these cameras. It does kind of dishearten me that the 80D doesn't actually stay in focus without something specific. I like my cameras just doing what they're intended to do without needing me to think outside of normal use. In other words, I have to actually keep in mind if I'm doing this type of a shot, I need something within its focus range. Now, of course, I'd probably end up using the 80D in the wide autofocus area just to see if it would, you know, avoid doing this fade in and out of focus issue. But of course, that's not an issue with the a6000, which really makes it hard to justify spending the extra money on the 80D if your main use is going to be this particular type of video capture. All right, and another significant factor with autofocus is how well does it track a moving subject. So here we go. I'm going to use this bicycle to move across the screen at varying speeds and of course towards it and away from it with both cameras at 3.5 aperture setting at similar locations. All right, here we go. If I crash, that'd be lovely, right? All right, here we go. Pretty consistent speed. See if I can get in here without hitting the cameras. Zoomed in. All right, here we go, coming right into it, away from it. That was a nice cut. Cut right in front. All right, coming across the screen, I believe it's gonna be right to left. Pretty fast though, I wanna slow down. Whatcha? All right, left to right. right to left, coming through. Was that slow enough? Left to right, coming through. There it is. And then coming all the way forward as if I was doing some stupid documentary about bicycles. Whoa, that was a hard ride. Something like that. And then you'd be in focus or not. So let's take a look at the footage here and see which one outperformed the other with a good amount of lighting, but quite a bit of speed for tracking a subject. All right, so outside, not as stark of a difference. Definitely a difference in the metering as far as how it was dealing with the lighting, but the autofocusing was about the same, even if I slowed it down frame by frame and took a look at it. However, as you guys saw inside, as far as looking down at a close object, really close to the minimum focus range of the lens and then backing away for like product reviews, and even for shots kind of like this where you might put something towards the screen and away from it, the a6000 clearly outperformed the 80D. And overall, any camera that tends to lose focus pretty regularly when just left with nothing really changing, like with the 80D looking at the table. Even if it's not an ideal lighting situations, I really don't have a lot of forgiveness for that because I just have to trust my camera, especially if I'm not going to have a cameraman or a camerawoman behind the camera. I need something that I can trust that's not going to ruin my footage. And that, of course, is what everyone's asking. Now, Sony has definitely created the superior autofocusing system. Even though the dual pixel in the Canon products are phenomenal, they're not up to par to even the a6000, which is older hybrid technology from Sony. All right, so with the Battle Royale, the clear winner for me is the a6000. Now you can let me know your own opinions, but I took it down frame by frame and made my own call there. And of course, all the footage is there for you to review if you want to, and you can nitpick my test style if you want to. Don't forget to like if you like this video, comment and let me know what you think, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I'll see you guys next time on Drive By Reviews. That's like a Muay Thai move.